Did you know that Israel is the only country in the world authorized to completely modify the F-35, replacing its electronic warfare system with secret Israeli technology, integrating domestically produced weapons that no other country can use, and adding external fuel tanks that allow it to fly 1,700 kilometers without refueling? And that these unique modifications have enabled the Israeli F-35I Adir to penetrate Iranian airspace more than once, destroy critical targets protected by Russian S-300 systems, and return home undetected by any enemy radar? In this video, we reveal everything about the F-35I Adir, how Israel transformed the world's most advanced stealth fighter into an even more lethal war machine using its own technology, and why no other country can match these capabilities. In October 2010, Israel signed an unprecedented agreement with the United States that would forever change the rules of the F-35 program. While all other countries that buy the F-35 must accept the aircraft exactly as it comes from the Lockheed Martin factory, without being able to modify a single system, Israel received a unique authorization: full permission to replace, modify, and integrate its own military technologies into the heart of America's most advanced fighter jet. This agreement stemmed from the special security relationship between the United States and Israel, but it also acknowledged a strategic reality. Israel faces unique threats in the Middle East that require specific capabilities that the standard F-35A simply does not provide. To operate effectively against Iran, Hezbollah, and other regional adversaries equipped with advanced Russian air defense systems, Israel needed a different F-35. An F-35 specifically designed for the extreme conditions of the Middle Eastern theater of operations. The first F-35I Adir, a name that means mighty in Hebrew, landed at Nevatim Air Base in December 2016. 2 aircraft arrived. That initial delivery marked Israel as the first country outside the United States to receive the F-35. By April 2017, 3 additional F-35s had arrived. In July, 2 more. In November of that year, Israel received something truly unique: a dedicated F-35I test aircraft, the only F-35 test plane ever delivered to an air force outside the United States. This test aircraft was critical to the Israeli modification program. It allowed Israeli engineers to test and integrate domestically produced weapons, electronic warfare systems, and operational software without risking operational aircraft. By December 2017, just 1 year after receiving its first aircraft, Israel declared its F-35I fleet operationally ready, a remarkable achievement considering the complexity of integrating Israeli technology into the American aircraft. Let's pause here to invite you to like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this. Are you enjoying the video so far? The most significant and revolutionary modification involved completely replacing the F-15's BAE systems and ASQ-239 electronic warfare system. The 35A standard features an electronic warfare suite developed by Elbit Systems of Israel. This was not a simple upgrade. It was a fundamental overhaul of how the aircraft detects, analyzes, and counters electronic threats. The Elbit system was specifically designed to counter Russian air defense systems like the S-300 and S-400 operated by Iran and Syria, as well as domestically produced Iranian radars. It incorporates advanced radar warning receivers, active jammers, and countermeasure systems optimized for the frequencies and operating modes of these specific threats. Most importantly, the system utilizes a plug-and-play architecture that allows for rapid software and hardware upgrades without requiring a complete aircraft reconfiguration. This flexibility is critical in the rapidly evolving threat environment of the Middle East. When Iran introduces a new radar or Syria deploys a new system for missiles, Israeli engineers can develop countermeasures in weeks and load them onto the F-35I through software updates, without needing to send the aircraft back to the United States or wait for approval from Lockheed Martin. Beyond electronic warfare and communications, Israel has integrated a full arsenal of domestic weapons into the F-35I Adir, turning the fighter into a truly Israeli platform capable of carrying munitions that no other F-35 in the world can use. Rafael Advanced Defense Systems, the Israeli defense giant, integrated multiple domestically developed weapon systems into the F-35I. The Python 5 air-to-air missile from short range was one of the first. This missile uses a dual-band infrared seeker that can track targets against complex backgrounds and under heavy countermeasures. It can lock onto targets outside from the axis of vision up to 90 degrees, allowing shots from angles impossible for older missiles. Spice precision ammunition for precise, intelligent, and cost-effective impact. These are perhaps the most important weapons integrated into the F-35I. The Spice family includes 500, 1,000, and 2,000-pound variants, all capable of being carried internally in the F-35I's weapons bays, preserving its stealth characteristics. The Spice missiles use GPS/INS guidance combined with electro-optical image correlation, allowing for 1-meter accuracy even when GPS is jammed. More importantly, Spice can be launched from distances of up to 100 kilometers, allowing the F-35I to strike targets deep within enemy territory without penetrating the most dangerous zones of air defense systems. During attacks against Iran in 2024 and 2025, Israeli F-35 is used Spice extensively to destroy nuclear facilities, missile factories, and air defense batteries from safe distances. Israel also deployed specialized 1-ton penetrator bombs specifically designed to destroy deeply buried, fortified bunkers. These munitions can penetrate up to 15 meters of reinforced concrete before detonating, making them ideal for targeting Iranian underground nuclear facilities at sites such as Fordow and Natanz. However, perhaps the most strategically significant modification involves the extended range of the F-35I. The standard F-35A has a combat radius of approximately 1,100 kilometers with internal fuel. This is insufficient for Israel to reach targets in Iran, which is approximately 1,500 kilometers away, without aerial refueling. In-flight refueling over or near hostile territory presents risks unacceptable. Tankers are large, slow, not stealthy, and extremely vulnerable. Requiring F-35 is to refuel during deep penetration missions would expose both the fighters and the tankers to enemy interdiction. Israel solved this problem by developing conformal fuel tanks and external drop tanks specifically designed for the F-35I. The conformal tanks are integrated into the aircraft's fuselage in a way that minimizes the impact on stealth characteristics, while the external drop tanks can be carried during the transit phase of a mission and jettisoned before penetrating contested airspace. This modification allows the F-35I Adir to fly missions of over 1,700 kilometers without refueling, placing virtually all of Iran within direct range. During Operation Days of Repentance in October 2024, Israeli F-35s flew from Israel, through Jordan and Iraq, into Iranian airspace, attacked multiple targets, and returned home, all without a single in-flight refueling. This technical achievement deeply impressed the U.S. Air Force, which is now studying the Israeli fuel tank modifications for potential integration into its own F-35 fleet. As a July 2025 article in the Eurasian Times noted, Israel's success in extending the range of its F-35I Adir stealth jets by adding drop tanks and conformal fuel tanks without compromising the stealth profile, and successfully deploying them to bomb Iran, has impressed the U.S. Air Force on the need to increase the range of its own F-35 fleet. Israel Aerospace Industries manufactures wing components for the F-35I under a contract valued at over $2.5 billion that extends through 2034. This industrial involvement not only provides economic benefits to Israel, but also gives Israeli engineers intimate knowledge of the wing structure, facilitating the development of fuel tank modifications. On May 22, 2018, the commander of the Israeli Air Force, Major General Amikam Norkin, made a historic announcement. Israel had become the first country in the world to use the F-35 in combat during recent clashes with Iranian forces in Syria. This revelation confirmed what military observers had suspected for months. The F-35I Adir was already operating in actual combat missions over one of the most dangerous air defense environments in the world. Details of these initial missions remain classified, but military analysts believe the F-35 is targeted Iranian military installations in Syria, including weapons depots, command centers, and air defense systems. The F-35I's ability to penetrate Syrian airspace undetected, despite the dense network of Russian and Syrian radars, dramatically validated both the stealth capabilities of the base F-35 design and Israeli electronic warfare enhancements. In March 2021, the F-35I achieved another historic milestone, the first operational kill by an F-35 in the world. 2 F-35s were dispatched to intercept and destroy 2 Iranian Shahed 197 drones attempting to infiltrate the area/country. The regional airspace, possibly transporting weapons to the Gaza Strip. The Israeli pilots destroyed both drones using Python 5 missiles, demonstrating the effectiveness of the integration of Israeli weapons. But the F-35I Adir's true test came on October 26, 2024, during Operation Days of Repentance. This was the operation, the largest and most ambitious Israeli air campaign since the Yom Kippur War of 1973. In response to a massive Iranian missile attack that saw 180 ballistic missiles launched against Israel, the Israeli Air Force launched 3 waves of strikes against 20 locations in Iran, Iraq, and Syria. The F-35I played the central role in these strikes. Flying in coordinated formations with F-15I RAAMS and F-16I Sufas, the F-35is first penetrated Iranian airspace, using their stealth capabilities and electronic warfare systems to suppress and neutralize Iranian air defense batteries. Once safe corridors were established, the more heavily armed F-15 is followed with massive bomb loads to saturate targets. The targets attacked included air defense batteries, a drone factory, and missile production facilities. Significantly, oil and gas infrastructure remained relatively untouched, suggesting that Israel exercised calculated restraint to avoid further escalation. Nevertheless, the operation unequivocally demonstrated that Israel could strike virtually any target in Iran at will. Critical to the operation's success was the Mossad's sabotage of Iran's air defense network prior to the attack, combined with drone strikes launched from neighboring Azerbaijan and standoff weapons fired by F-35s from beyond visual range in Iraq. This layered strategy enabled Israel to completely overwhelm Iran's air defense network, cripple the Iranian missile threat, and brilliantly frustrate Iran's command and control capabilities for at least the first 72 hours of the conflict. The campaign intensified dramatically in June of 2025 when Israel launched Operation Rising Lion, an even larger air offensive that utilized 200 American combat aircraft, including F-35Is, F-16Is, and F-15Is. This operation demonstrated not only the capabilities of the F-35I, but also Israel's innovative doctrine of pairing 5th-generation stealth fighters with 4th-generation attack platforms. And that concludes our analysis of the secret modifications to the F-35I Adir that make it unique in the world. If you've been fascinated by discovering how Israel transformed the most advanced fighter jet with its own technology, and want to continue learning about cutting-edge military aviation, classified modifications, and the real capabilities that are redefining air supremacy, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any content. See you in the next video where we'll continue unraveling the secrets of the world's most advanced military technology.